Imagine for a moment that you were thinking about someone over and over again for no apparent reason. This person or even this situation seems to haunt your mind, returning to you every moment of your day. But what if I told you that it's not a coincidence? What if Allah, in His infinite wisdom, placed this person in your heart with a divine will greater than anything you can imagine? What do you feel? These thoughts that keep coming back, these unexpected encounters, all these could be signs, divine messages guiding you towards an encounter or a destiny written for a long time. You may be wondering if any of this makes sense. Well, stick with me because you're going to start seeing these signs everywhere. 1. Subtle signs in your thoughts. Imagine yourself immersed in thought for a moment. You are in the middle of your day, going about your business, but suddenly a particular thought invades you. It's as if this person, situation, or idea is constantly present in your mind, reminding you of them again and again. These thoughts are not just random occurrences. Truly, they are subtle signs sent by Allah to guide you. It's not uncommon to feel like your heart is drawn to a specific thought or person, to the point that it seems almost irresistible. This is not a coincidence, but a way in which Allah directs your mind. Repetitive thoughts, sometimes unavoidable, are indications of His will. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, places these ideas in your heart to show you that you need to pay attention to something greater. Whether it is a person with whom you must reconcile, a relationship to build, or a divine project to carry out, these thoughts do not dissipate by chance. They are part of a bigger plan, where Allah is preparing your mind for an important encounter or change. Perhaps you have already thought of someone, but could not explain why. These thoughts persist no matter how hard you try to ignore them. They become regular visits to your spirit, a constant reminder from the one who knows the secrets of your heart. This is not a simple coincidence, but an invitation from Allah to open your heart to this person or this situation, because they could have an essential role in your life with the aim of bringing you closer to what is destined for you. In Islam, we believe that nothing is left to chance. If a thought persists, Allah may be guiding you in a direction, a path that you may not have seen yet. It is up to you to remain attentive and have faith in the divine plan. Allah says in the Holy Book, "And when you pray, know that you are not alone. Your thoughts and intentions are guided by Him." So, it is in your repeated thoughts that you will find the first seeds of what Allah wants you to do. 2. Unexpected encounters that are anything but chance. There are moments in life when you come across someone without having planned it, without having looked for it, and yet, something in you knows that this moment is not ordinary. It's not just an encounter on the street or a passing conversation. It's as if the world has adjusted so that you are there, in the right place, at the right time, facing this person. This kind of moment carries with it an invisible wisdom, a divine orchestration of which only Allah holds the secrets. In the apparent banality of these moments lies perfect precision. This is not a simple coincidence. It is Allah who brings two paths together at the exact moment they were supposed to cross. Maybe you were about to give up on a dream, and this person said just the words your soul needed. Perhaps your faith was weakening, and now a presence, a look, a sincere smile reminds you that you are not alone. Or maybe this person is the one your heart has been waiting for, without you even realizing it. Many underestimate the power of these so-called chance encounters. But in spiritual reality, there is nothing accidental. Everything is intentional when it comes from Allah. If a person comes back into your life or crosses your path repeatedly, ask yourself one essential question: what is Allah trying to show me through this person? It is not always a romantic relationship or an immediate union. Sometimes it's a mirror that God places on you so that you see yourself differently. Other times, it is a bridge to a lesson, transformation, or redemption. These encounters often happen when you are out of balance, when you no longer seek anything, but your soul is silently waiting. Allah knows what you need, even before you say it. And sometimes that answer comes in the form of a human being, along the way, in a moment that seems ordinary, but subtly changes the trajectory of your life. If you have ever experienced an encounter that left a mark on you without a logical explanation, it was not an accident. It was divine writing unfolding before your eyes. And if this person returns, or if their memory does not leave you, perhaps they are still part of what Allah wants for you. Stay attentive, because real signs never scream. They whisper, and only an awakened heart will know how to hear them. 3. Inner serenity and trust in Allah. There is something profoundly inexplicable in this peace which does not depend on circumstances. A peace that envelops you in the midst of uncertainty, that keeps you standing even when everything around you wavers. This is not a passing emotion. This is not manufactured appeasement. It is a tranquility that comes from above, from Allah, who places His hand on your heart to tell you, I am here, move forward. When you are destined to experience something, whether it is a union, a bond, or a purpose, Allah places a light in your chest that no one can extinguish. It's not that the doubts disappear, it's more that doubts no longer control you. You see them, but they don't trouble you. You hear them, but your heart no longer trembles like before. For what? Because Allah has decided to give you peace. And when that peace sets in, it's often the purest sign that you are exactly where you need to be. In a world full of distractions, conflicting opinions, unstable emotions, feeling this peace is proof, an invisible but powerful proof that your heart is in alignment with divine decree. You no longer run after signs, you no longer force things. You simply know that what is for you will come, because Allah has never abandoned you. And this certainty becomes your anchor. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation that outwardly makes no sense. There are obstacles, silences, delays, yet inside you, everything is calm. Not because you have all the answers, but because you trust the one who has them. This peace is Allah who offers you so that you do not give up. It is a sign that what you are waiting for is on the way, even if your eyes cannot yet see it. And often, that peace comes after you have put everything into His hands. It's when you stop fighting against time, against refusals, against distance, that you realize that it's not you who holds the reins. It's Him, and only He can put that gentleness in your heart, that silent voice that says, continue, you are guided. So, if today, despite appearances, you feel a deep inner tranquility, don't ignore it. It's not just a good feeling. Perhaps this is Allah's way of telling you that you are already walking towards what He has intended for you, and that nothing and no one can take it away from you. 4. Challenges that strengthen connection. Did you think that because it was destined, everything would be easy? Did you believe that because Allah put it in your heart, the path would be without thorns? Because in truth, what is great, what is pure, what is divinely prepared, requires going through fire before shining. The challenges you go through, the misunderstandings, the silences, the sudden detours, are not there to break this bond. They are there to refine it. Allah never tests to drive away. He tests to purify, to solidify. He prepares you. He also prepares this person. For before two souls find themselves in blessed union, they must learn to survive the storms while still apart. Every time you pray in silence, that you cry quietly, that you ask without having an immediate answer, know that all this is seen and all this is understood. These tests are not walls to stop you, they are filters. Filters that eliminate weak intentions, hasty desires, unhealthy attachments. Allah does not want you to come into this relationship with a wounded heart or shaky faith. He wants you to be ready. He wants you to be purified. People often flee at the first challenge. They doubt, they give up, they say, if it was really meant to be, it wouldn't be so difficult. Fake. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's not written. Sometimes it's precisely because it's written that it's difficult. Because the enemy of your soul wants to turn you away from it. Because life wants to test your consistency. Because heaven wants to see, will you hold on? So if you continue to think of this person, even during the ordeal, if, despite the obstacles, this presence remains engraved in your heart, and you feel a deep desire to be patient while keeping your faith intact, this is not insignificant. You're crossing a field of purification, and if you hold on, if you keep your heart turned towards Allah rather than towards your impatience, you will discover that the test was not a blockage, but a bridge. And when the light appears on the horizon, you will understand. Each difficulty has brought you closer, not further. Because what is built on faith cannot be destroyed by trials. And what is prepared by Allah can never be delayed beyond the perfect moment. 5. Sympathy and spiritual complicity. There are encounters that cannot be explained. Souls you pass and suddenly, the silence becomes comfortable. Words seem useless. The look is enough. You don't know where this feeling comes from, but you know it's real. He is gentle. He is peaceful. It is rare. This is not a passing attraction. It's not the emotion of a moment. It's a feeling that settles deep, an inner peace, as if your heart recognized something it had been waiting for a long time. This person does not complete you. They reflect you. It helps you return to your essence, and with each exchange, you feel your bond with Allah strengthening instead of weakening. This is true spiritual complicity. This kind of bond does not need excessive effort. He doesn't need to shine in front of others. It is discreet, but powerful. He is humble, but unforgettable. When Allah unites two people through the soul, the language changes. It's no longer a simple conversation. It's a harmony, a common frequency, a connection that goes beyond the physical, the social, the visible. There is a very clear sign that this relationship is special. You become a better version of yourself without the other person even asking. You want to improve yourself, to purify your intentions, to stay aligned with what is right. And this change doesn't come through pressure or to please. It comes naturally, because the soul you met pushes you towards good, pulls you towards the light, and you feel like it's not a coincidence. Allah, in His wisdom, sometimes unites two souls long before they physically meet. And when they meet again, even for a moment, there is a silent recognition, like an ancient memory that the soul has never forgotten. You don't know how to explain it, but you know that this relationship carries a depth that you can't find anywhere else. So stay attentive to these connections that silently uplift your heart. These are perhaps the purest, most sincere signs. Because what we feel deeply without needing to justify it is often what Allah has put in place long before we are aware of it. 6. Divine time and precise moments. You look at the clock, you look at the sky, and you ask yourself, when? Why is it so long? But what you don't see is that while you wait, something inside you is maturing. Something is aligning. You can't name it yet, but Allah knows exactly what this moment of silence is producing. In divine wisdom, time is no obstacle. He is a tool, a perfect tool in the hands of the Creator. Every deadline, every detour, every day that seems empty is actually preparation. Allah never delays a blessing without reason. It is not your waiting that is useless. It is your gaze that must learn to see beyond the moment. Divine time does not follow human clocks. It tracks the state of your heart, and sometimes Allah waits for your heart to stabilize, for it to strip itself of its illusions, of its ephemeral attachments, before offering you what you ask of Him. Because what you deeply desire is sacred, and the sacred does not rush. It may be that this person you are thinking of is also going through their own path, their own trials, their own inner adjustments. And Allah, in His infinite precision, orchestrates the circumstances so that your paths cross not at the moment you want, but at the moment when your souls are ready to welcome each other without breaking. This time you are experiencing now is not a refusal, it's a construct. It is a silent answer to a prayer that you may have forgotten, but that Allah never ignored. The real sign is not always visible on the outside. Sometimes it's in this sudden acceptance that passes through you, this inner peace that tells you, I don't understand everything, but I trust. And at that precise moment, you begin to feel the true meaning of waiting. It is no longer a void to be filled. It is a sacred space where Allah places His wisdom. So, don't interrupt the process. Don't force things. Let time do its work, for it is not time that tests you. It is Allah who shapes your heart through it. Now that you understand how Allah can guide your heart and send you powerful signs, are you ready to pay attention to these divine messages around you? Each encounter, each recurring thought, each ordeal, each moment of tranquility. All of this has meaning. It is up to you to recognize these signs and follow this path with faith and patience. If this message speaks to you, don't wait any longer. Take a moment to reflect on these signs in your own life and let Allah's will guide you. If this video touched you, subscribe to the channel and share it with those who could benefit from it. Leave a comment below to tell us what sign you have noticed in your own life. Together, let's discover the blessings and signs that Allah places on our path